Hi. 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 Hi there. Hi. I was leaving work today. That's neat, huh? It's pretty cool. I was leaving work today and got a phone call from Jose, and I'm like, fuck yeah, I love Jose. I answered it and it was like, who's this guy? Oh, it wasn't the Jose. The last name was on there, and I didn't even notice it was a different last name. I just saw Jose. Jose, can you see? But anyway, and that was fucking 40 minutes ago. I talked to him and I couldn't figure shit out. So anyway, let's talk about that guy that came in. The guy that came in for a day. So I got to see the text. Well, no, I did not. I got to read the texts. I got to read, he read them to me. I got to read the texts that he sent to the managers after he left. Let's go through the greatest hits. He doesn't like how a lot of the pallets are made to be stacked. So he doesn't like how the pallets were stacked on the floor. Yes, it also took me time to get used to that. It is different. Racks do feel better. However, how would you rack it? How would you rack it? Seriously. Are you gonna make some spaced out for the ones that are this tall? Are you gonna make some spaced out for the ones that are that tall? If you do that, there's gonna be times where you have nothing in a lot of racks because we don't have enough of that size to fill them, and we're not gonna be able to fit a lot of the bigger ones in there. And you're not going to change the racks over and over and over to resize them to fit stuff. You're not going to do that. Thus, we have a flexible system where you can move shit around on the floor and stack them goddamn near to the ceiling because that's the way they're designed. That's the point. Because right now we have like 4 of this one size, and I have been there to see when they have 50, not exaggerating, 30 to 50 on a regular basis. Guess what? We'd be putting a lot of shit outside. If that shit was racked, Because number one of those takes 2 rack spots, 2 pallet spots, because it's wide. So you're gonna have all that space on the sides of those things in the racks. So no. You can't rack a warehouse with this kind of merchandise in it. You can't. Or you do, and then you limit which things of which size you can get. And let me tell you, that's never going to happen. You'd have half empty racks and the aisles would be full of shit. That's what you would have. And this advice is from someone that was there a day. Barely drove the forklift, barely stacked shit around, barely learned anything in the systems. He was lecturing us on we need like scan guns and all that shit. Yeah, no shit. We know that. However, if you'd been here long enough, you have to have a system to run it with. And if with the system we have now, it would be like this. You'd have the scan gun, you'd go to the computer, and you'd still click, and go here and go. And you'd go to the field, and then you'd scan the thing. It's stupid. It would not be worth the time. We'd have to get a whole new system. And guess what? We know. We fucking know it. We know. Yeah, no shit. We know that. We agree with you. What else was there? Oh, he said you can't work in that warehouse because it's too hot. Motherfucker, you got toured through you were taken around the warehouse. He was complaining that he worked 6:30 to 5, and he was dead after that. Yeah, no shit. I tried to get him to leave like 3 times. He wouldn't go. It's like, whatever, stay and help me then. That's pretty crazy. He had 1 day on the job, and it was a clusterfuck. It was that clusterfuck I talked about in the last video. Oh yeah, one of the things he said was, you really need a manager and 2 employees to run that warehouse. You don't. You could use 2 for sure. I could easily keep 2 busy. I mean, easy. Even in slow time, easy. Plenty of shit to do. Plenty of shit. Even after we got all the connexes emptied. Plenty of shit to do. I don't think with 2B would ever get to the connexes. Unless it got as dead as it was like December and January. And it stayed that way for a while. Like December and January, we might have got through the connexes. And some of the guys that have been there for a while scoff at it. Oh, what the fuck am I doing? There's my... I got it on tape. I'm talking, thinking about work. I just totally cruised on by the fucking exit. Are there no more exits? Just the 101? Dumbass, dude. Unbelievable. I figure he talked shit about me in the text though, because he didn't just... what I would have done is just screenshot him and send him. Like, fuck it, read it. The fact that he came and read it to me, that's hiding something. And that's fine, I cuss too much. That dude's right though. That's too much fucking email to send someone on their first day. That's so much email. I reached out to people up the chain. I'm like, hey, next time we hire someone, can I please set some of that shit up for them? They don't have to. They don't have to sell that shit up. You don't have to have people do dumb shit like you can have the computer all laid out in the way that it needs to be for the person. You don't need to make them fill out their fucking signature. What the fuck? We don't have it automatically setting our signature. It's so easy to do. Why don't we do that? No turn on red. So I'm not even gonna drive up there. Like, what the fuck? Like, I could have done 3/4 of that and set it all up for him, and he would have had very little to do in comparison. And there's no reason you need to have someone do that shit. And then I heard from some other people, yeah, I had all that shit too. Like, what? I was like, why? I didn't have that shit. I never heard of anyone having that shit. It's too much shit. Just bombarding someone with like 2 hours worth of shit to go through in their email when they first fucking get there. The whole first day is orientation. Present that fucking... all those fucking announcements and shit. Do that shit in orientation. Don't fucking send forward... Like, she forwarded like the whole fucking year of announcements in one day, all in one shot. And then had all these stupid ass fucking... No, I get it. She was like, well, we'll have you like have a set section of time you can partner up. I'm like, dude, where the fuck do we have time to just sit off to the side and do shit like that uninterrupted? She said uninterrupted. It's like, that dude, that... Like, I love the idea. It's a great idea. It's nice. Get acclimated to the fucking... But you don't need to do all that shit. You're gonna get acclimated to the system anyway. Like, not knowing what to hide and all that shit. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, let me set it up. One of the fucking things wasn't even... he didn't have access to one of the entire sections of the system that's vital. She's like, what? I was like, yeah, let someone, like, whoever's the boss of someone needs to log into their shit and make sure everything works. And you can't expect IT to do it, because IT doesn't know all the shit people use exactly. They just kind of generally set it up, sort of. It was, yeah, this is what you use, go for it. But you don't know for sure. They don't know all the ins and outs and all the different little compartments of all this bullshit we use. Like, can you get in the building? Sure. don't know all these little compartments we fucking use. And because people at the place I work, I mean, I've just come to accept, like, these people have power. You know, I need to be the one that comes up with the idea or kiss my ass. It's my job to do this, so I'm going to do it this way. And I don't give a fuck how ridiculous it is. And they never say that, though. It's always like, oh, your damn shit's so valuable, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, it's not. I had to move a bunch of shit by hand with a pallet jack that weighed 2,000 pounds for no fucking reason other than retards wanted a power play. And it's supposed to be my fucking warehouse. Obviously fucking not now. It's just, yeah, we're the boss, fuck you. I miss how it was before. People would listen. And they wouldn't know that, you know, you would bring things to their attention they didn't know about. And they'd be like, oh, that's true. That's actually an obvious and a good idea. You're right. And then we'd fucking do it. That's how I've always fucking operated. Shit. Fuck, sometimes I hear things like, holy shit, I can't believe I didn't fucking think of that. Like, that's a great fucking idea. You're awesome. And I can't think of any examples. Not, we do it like this. We're going to do it like this. Nah. Your idea is actually good, but fuck you. No, fuck that. I've changed so much shit that I do over the years because better ideas present themselves. I don't mean like as a like from people. I mean people above, people below me. Like my fucking employees. In places when I've actually done supervisor shit. This person at Arby's, we had the setup all wrong. Never really thought about it. He just looked at it, he's like, what about this? I remember the fucking general manager and I were standing there, and the general manager's like two spots above me. We looked at each other like, holy shit, he's right. We didn't be like, no, this is how it's set up, we need to do it like this. No, we didn't do that. Like, holy fuck, that's right. And we changed it. And fucking... Though that general manager, I did walk out on him when I finally left that job. But he did take my personal property and throw it on the floor. I told you not to put stuff on this, blah, 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 blah. Motherfucker, I didn't. I didn't put my shit there. You just call me motherfucker. Did you just throw my shit on the floor? No hi or nothing, just throwing my shit on the floor. Bitch. What the fuck is wrong with you? I saw him working at Sonic as like not even a manager after that. I just kind of was like, hello. Went from being a general manager to like a drive-through worker. Yeah, when you act like that, that's probably where you're going to end up. To be fair though, if I didn't have a kid and wasn't married, I would have left this job a few weeks into working with a fucking we were joking that we were all going to start calling him Chopper. It sounds pretty cool, but the reason we call him that is because he fucking hovers over you. I didn't even know. I thought it was like just me and a couple other people. Like 2 of the best workers in the fucking office. I was in there, I was like, hey, let me do an impression for you. And I just kind of stood there. I kind of put my hands together and kind of held my elbows and just kind of stood there looking around. And they're like, he does that all day. I'm like, no shit. Like, yeah, we'll look over. He'll just be standing there looking at us. Like, with a question, no, he'll just stand there for like 10 minutes, just stand there. I was like, for real, coloring book. Coloring book, lock him in the office right now. Oh, I can bitch about him again today. I could bitch about him every single fucking work day. There has not been a day that I have worked with him. Well, that doesn't count because he wasn't there. There's not been a day that he's been in the building all day where there wasn't one thing that was like the dumbest thing that most coworkers have ever done. But every day. He came and asked me, it was yesterday. No, I guess this morning too. Was it this morning? No, it was yesterday. He asked me to look at his printer because it wasn't printing. Because he knows I'm an IT guy. So I was looking at it. I couldn't get the Wi-Fi. It said it wouldn't print until it could get network connection. Okay, that's fine. So I logged into the HP Smart app, which is not smart. There's some that are hard, but it can't even interface with. How can you call your app the HP Smart app, and it won't even interact with whole fucking lines of their printers? It's such a simple thing to make it do. Just make it do it, bitch. You can't say it's a smart app if it doesn't even work with all of your fucking... It's HP. It doesn't work with HP shit. Really? You goddamn idiots. It should be HP Smart, work with all the HP shit and connect to some other shit that's not HP. Because it's fucking smart. But anyway, I digress. So I was looking at his setup, and there's an Ethernet cable plugged into a hub. Well, the hub is connected to a printer. The hub, is connected to a printer, but the hub is connected to a laptop. The laptop has a Wi-Fi card. The Wi-Fi is strong anywhere you go in that building. So I unplugged the Ethernet cable, plugged it in the printer, and it took care of it 100% took care of the fucking connection problem. So later on, he was saying, well, it doesn't work. I'm like, I know it doesn't work. It needs new ink. He's like, why wouldn't it still print? It should still print if it has ink. I'm like, buddy, I don't think you understand. It said critically low of ink. It's probably out of toner. It's probably out of toner. Out. No more toner. Because when you shake toner around, if you have good ears, you can hear that shit sloshing around in there. I mean, it's very, very quiet, but I've always been able to hear it, unless it's totally out, and I don't fucking hear anything in that one. And I got the replacement came in today, and I sloshed it around, and I could hear it plain as day. I really should look at my shit. So he's like, well, doesn't this Ethernet cable used to be plugged in here, didn't it? And I'm like, yes. And I told him what I did. And like, he's just arguing with me. And I'm like, don't ask me to fix your shit. I didn't say that out loud. That was in my head. I was like, if you're going to ask me to fucking help you and then not listen to me, don't fucking ask me. And I was talking to one of the other guys about, I was like, if he ever asks me to do any IT shit again after this, you're going to have to call Praise. Like, last time I tried to help you, you didn't listen to me. And you fucking moved shit back around. So, if you want my help, that's fine. But if you're not going to fucking trust what I have to say, or I do, then don't fucking ask me at all. I don't want anything to do with it. Just like every goddamn other thing in the fucking warehouse. Like, I've said this before, I'm sure. But there's not just once. It's not 5 times. It's dozens of times. To the point where when he says, where do you want me to put this? I just say wherever you want. Because so many times I will point, put it right there next to that. And he'll walk right by it and just go put it somewhere else. Like, well, cool. I'm glad we had that short conversation. Like, why the fuck ask me shit if you're just going to do whatever the fuck you want? And you can't be like, well, I couldn't tell what you were pointing. Bitch, I described what to put it next to and how to orient it. Like, if you're not going to fucking listen, why the fuck ask? God, I hope he dies. He's old enough. I just hope he dies. Like, I would have quit on that motherfucker. I would have quit on that motherfucker so long ago. Fucking retard, dude.